stop at the counter and I start to think, whose hands are these? They're shaking and cold. They don't look like the ones you used to hold. I look in the mirror and I see a stranger, a hollowed out house, a soul in some danger. I'm checking the ID inside of my head, but the person you loved is effectively dead, because since you left, I am not me. I'm a ghost of a man, girl, who's lost out at sea. I'm a map with no ink, I'm a clock with no hands, I'm a foreigner lost in my own native lands. You took the myself when you walked out the door, and I don't even know who I am anymore. I try to remember the things that I liked before all my feelings were effectively spiked. I laugh at a joke, but it sounds like a lie. A rattle of bones beneath the gray sky. I'm going through motions, I'm playing a part, but there's nobody home in the center of my heart. Maybe I'm hiding, or maybe I'm gone. Maybe I'm just the pale light of the dawn, waiting for someone to tell me my name, 'cause without you the sun doesn't feel the same. Because since you left, I am not me. I'm a ghost of a man, girl, who's lost out at sea. I'm a map with no ink, I'm a clock with no hands, I'm a foreigner lost in my own native land. You took myself when you walked out the door, and I don't even know who I am anymore. Just an echo in a suit and a tie. Just a hello with a goodbye in the air. I am not me. I'm someone else now. Someone I don't really like. I've been living in a house built for two, searching the hallways for a version of you. I wore your favorite shirt till the thread started thinning, lost in the game that I never was winning. I looked in the mirror and didn't see me, just a shadow of who you wanted to be. The silence is heavy, but it's starting to clear. The ghost in the corner is finally disappearing. I'm taking the maps that led to your heart and tearing the it's a good kind of still. I'm climbing the mountain and I'm over the hill. Back to me, just me, and that's enough.
The final piano note is bright and clear, held until it fades.
I'm still wearing the watch that you bought me in June, but the gears are all rusted and out of tune. I keep the passenger seat pushed back just so, like you're still sitting there ready to go. I try to buy groceries for one, but I fail. My heart is a ship that's forgotten to sail. I'm a map with no city, a book with no end. I'm a broken down house that I can't even mend. I've tried to reclaim every inch of my skin, but I don't know where you end and I should begin. And that's the tragedy, that's the despair. I'm reaching for nothing and finding you. I've signed all the papers, I've moved all the shoes, but I'm still the person with everything to lose. I wanna be mine, I wanna be free, but every broken piece of me still wants to belong to you. I went to the party, I put on the mask. How are you doing? The only thing they ask. I tell them I'm fine, I tell them I'm great, while I'm checking the clock and I'm cursed by the date. It's been 7 months since you walked out the door, but I'm still the dog waiting on the porch floor. It's a ghost ownership, police on my soul, a part of my spirit that I can't control. I'd rip out the memories if I had the nerve, but I'm still addicted to the pain I perceive. And that's the tragedy, that's the despair. I'm reaching for nothing and finding you there. I've signed all the papers, I've moved all the shoes, but I'm still the person with everything to lose. I wanna be mine, I wanna be free, but every broken piece of me still wants to belong to you. I'm not a person, I'm just yours, a lingering shadow on the bedroom floors. I don't wanna be, but I'm still belonging to you. The keys are on the counter where you left them that night, next to a stack of mail that I'm too tired to light. I'm walking through kitchen, but I'm dodging the air where you used to stand with the sunlight in your hair. The floorboards are humming a different kind of low, since they lost the weight of the only girl they know. The thermostat is climbing, but I'm shivering still in a valley of shadows at the foot of the hill. I'm a tenant of silence, a ghost in the hall, watching the plaster peel away from the wall. It's just a house without you, a hollowed out shell, a beautiful heaven turned into a hell. The engine is running, a low steady hum, while my fingers are tapping, rhythmic and numb. I've looked at the photos until they went blurred, searching for life in a heart that's deferred. We're a house made of echoes, a garden of stone, and I'm tired of feeling this lonely alone. The map's on the ceiling, the sky's turning gray, as the ghost of our always starts fading away. I'm not looking for reasons, I'm not casting blame, I'm just protecting what's left of my flame. So I'm leaving you behind in the rearview glass, watching the years and the could-have-beens pass. It's the hardest hello to a life I don't know, with 1,000 miles left of this sorrow to go. I'm breaking the tether, I'm cutting the line, taking back everything that used to be mine. Yeah, I'm leaving you to find myself again. The keys are on the table by your favorite book. I'll walk through the rooms for one final look at the place where we danced and the place where we broke. Now it's all just a memory, drifting like smoke. I used to believe I could fix every crack, but some things are shattered and never come back. I'm shedding the weight of the person you made, stepping out of the light and out of your shade. Don't follow the tracks, don't call out my name. The person who loved you is no longer the same. I'm driving toward morning, I'm driving toward hope, even if I'm at the end of my rope. Yeah, I'm leaving you behind in the rearview glass, watching the years and the could-have-beens pass. It's the hardest hello to a life I don't know, with 1,000 miles left of this sorrow to go. I'm breaking the tether, I'm cutting the line, taking back everything that used to be mine. Yeah, I'm leaving you to find myself again. The road is open, the radio's low. I've got no destination, but I've got to go. Leaving you 1 mile at a time, leaving you. And the lock makes a sound, the echo of it's over, hit in the ground. into the black, counting the minutes until you come back. 1 a.m. is a fever, 2 is a chill, by 3 the whole world is hauntingly still. I'm checking the time stamp on your last I love you, while the sky turns a shade of a sickening blue. Every second's a needle, every minute's a blade, watching the foundation we built start to fade. And it's a 24-hour heartbreak, a cycle of ghosts, from the good morning coffee to the good night toast. 24 hours of learning to breathe without the heartbeat you took on your sleeve. The sun comes up, but the shadows just stay. I'm living a year in a single day, round and round. Where did the spark go? A 24-hour heartbreak in slow-mo. High noon, and the sunlight is mocking my skin, reminding me of everywhere your touch has been. 4 p.m. is the hardest, that's when you would call to tell me the mundane, the nothing, the all. Now the phone is a desert, a dry plastic bone in a house that's forgotten. It's not just a home. 6 o'clock, dinner for 1, 8 o'clock, chasing the sun, 10 o'clock, staring at the door, 11:59, I can't take any more. The clock resets, but the feeling remains. I'm just a prisoner in chronological chains. On is a 24-hour heartbreak, a cycle of ghosts, from the good morning coffee to the good night toast. 24 hours of learning to breathe without the heartbeat you took on your sleeve. The sun comes up, but the shadows just stay. I'm living a year in a single day, round and round. Where did the spark go? 24-hour heartbreak and slow. 12 midnight again, the start of the end. Tick tock, I'm still waiting for the heart to stop. Hour 25, still barely alive. The coffee is cold and the house is too loud, with the roar of the ghosts in a gathering cloud. I'm moving in slow motion, dodging the glass, of the mirror I broke, watching our seasons pass. There's a scream in my throat that I've learned how to swallow, a promise of always that rang out so hollow. I'm talking to walls just to hear a heartbeat, but the drywall is cold and the air is discreet. I'm drowning in pixels of old photographs, searching for echoes of all of our lives. And it's the silence of pain, the silence of loss, the weight of the bridge that I never could cross. It's a thunderous quiet that's breaking my bones. The king of a kingdom of salt and of stones. No words left to bleed, and no tears left to rain. Just the deafening roar of the silence of pain. I saw your reflection in a stranger day, and for one split second the ache went away. But then the world shifted back into place, and I'm staring again at an empty space. It's the how are you doing that I can't answer back, 'cause my soul is a train that's run off of the track. Say something, hate me, just break the spell. As quiet as heaven and as quiet as hell. I take 1,000 I hate yous over this void, over the ruins of everything we destroyed. But the air is just empty, the air is just dead. And it's the silence of pain, the silence of loss, the weight of the bridge that I never could cross. It's a thunderous quiet that's breaking my bones. The king of a kingdom of salt and of stones. No words left to bleed, and no tears left to rain. Just the deafening roar of the silence of pain. Shh. Can you hear it? The sound of the end, the sound of a lover who's no longer a friend. Just the silence, the silence, silence, I'm walking through the garden in the heat of the day, but there's a patch of winter that won't go away. I reach for the kettle, I reach for the light, but I'm grasping at pieces of a permanent night. You're a silhouette etched on the back of my eyes, a flicker of hello in a world of goodbyes. The sun is a witness, the sky is a blue, but they can't burn away the ghost of you. I'm stepping on footprints that aren't even there, tracing your name in the shivering air. Now you are a shadow, a dark, heavy shade, a memory I'm standing in front of the mirror today, trying to find what you took away. I'm wearing the dress shirt that you used to love, but it fits like the skin I'm stepping out of. I look for the sparkle, I look for the light, but the girl, boy in the glass is a shadow of white. You carved out a shape and you called it my name, but without your hands I don't feel the same. The version of me that lived in your eyes was a beautiful script full of colorful lies, and the person you liked is gone. She's left the building alone with the gold and the fake silver gilding. She's buried under the weight of the years, turned into vapor and settled in dust. You're looking for someone who doesn't exist, the one that you love, the one that you kissed is a ghost alone. The person you liked is gone. I don't laugh at the jokes that you used to tell. I've broken the hex and I've broken the spell. I'm messy and quiet and little bit cold, not the polished up story that you wanted told. I'm reclaiming the pieces you tried to refine and making the broken parts rightfully mine. You didn't love me, you loved a reflection, a curated piece of your own soul's perfection. But the mirror has shattered, the image is blurred, and I love you is just a four-letter word, and the person you liked is gone. She's left the building alone with the gold and the fake silver gilding. She's buried under the weight of the years, turned into vapor and settled in dust. We're looking for someone who doesn't exist, the one that you love, the one that you kissed is a ghost alone. The person you liked is gone. Don't look for her in here. There's nobody home, just a new kind of skin and a heart on its own. She's gone. Yeah, she's finally gone. I'm staring at the messages I can't delete. The ghost of us is sitting in the passenger seat. We used to be a fire, a beautiful roar. Now I'm just a shadow knocking at your door. I'm checking my pulse, but I don't feel a beat. Just the sound of my heart after we stop the talk. It's a long way down from the top of the world to the wreckage of a boy and a broken-hearted girl. I'm reaching for nothing, and nothing is there. 'Cause we're falling, losing our light, counting down the seconds in the middle of the night. From 100 down to nothing, it happened so fast. Now we're just a memory that wasn't built to last. I gave you my soul, but you left me a hero, watching our love go down to zero. Nothing left to lose, nothing left to save, just a quiet goodbye over an empty grave. 3, 2, 1. Now we're none, love down to zero. We're a slow dance in a room with no light, the kind of forever that ends in a fight. We're a beautiful house built on shaky ground, where the only thing left is a hollowed out sound. I look at your smile and I feel the decay, like a sunset that's begging the dark not to stay. We're holding on tight to a fraying old rope, trading our logic for a ghost of a hope. It's a sad type of love, the kind that just aches, where the heart only learns from the windows it breaks. It's a beautiful tragedy, a slow motion fall, giving our everything, we're gaining no ground at all. It's the kiss at the airport, the hand letting go, the heaviest weight that a person can know. Yeah, it's just a sad type of love. We've memorized shadows and learned to love gray, while the rest of the world finds a reason to play. We're a song on the radio with a broken upbeat, two strangers who share the same cold tangled sheet. I'm waiting for better, but better is gone, leaving us shivering here in the dawn. Is there a version where we don't have to bleed, where wanting is enough to become what we need, but the ink is too dark and the paper's too torn for a love that was weary the day it was born? It's a Standing on the porch with that look in your eye, the one that used to make me believe every lie. You've got a bouquet of roses that are already dead, and a suitcase of sorries you should have already said. But the house is all empty, the utilities are off, and my heart has grown rugged and weary and tough. The apology is landing like rain on the sea. It's making a ripple, but it's not reaching me. It's too late for I'm sorry, too late for the police. I've already spent all my time on my knees. The fire's gone out and the ashes are cold. tracing the lines in a photograph frame, where the glass is still warm from the sound of your name. You're frozen in summer, a permanent glow, while I'm caught in a winter that won't let me go. I look at the curve of your smile in the light, and it feels like a blade in the middle of the night. I'm studying the distance, the space in between, the ghost of the person I used to have been. Now I'm just painting a profile of pain, sketching the teardrops and naming the rain. It's the tilt of a head as you're turning away, the shadow of words that I couldn't quite say. Every feature is sharp, every memory is deep, in the profile of pain that I'm trying to keep. Yeah, it's a portrait of gone. The background is blurry, the edges are frayed, like a promise we whispered that started to fade. I see the reflection of us in the glass, but I'm watching the ghost of our everything pass. I'm a master of shading, a student of grief, finding no comfort and finding no relief. If I smudge out the colors, if I tear up the sheet, will the rhythm in my chest finally find a new beat? But the ink is too permanent, the charcoal is thick, and the heart is a candle with a burnt out wick. Yeah, I'm just painting a profile of pain, sketching the teardrops and naming the rain. It's the tilt of a head as you're turning away, the shadow of words that I couldn't quite say. Every feature is sharpened, every memory is deep, in the profile of pain that I'm trying to keep. Yeah, it's a portrait of gone. Put it in a gallery where the lights never shine, a masterpiece of yours and a tragedy of mine. Profile of pain, the art of a break. Profile of pain. Profile of pain. I reached for your hand in the middle of the night, but the space where you were is a trick of the light. I'm pacing the floorboards, I'm memorizing cracks, looking for footprints that don't lead me back. The moon is a witness, cold and so high, watching me swallow another good I used to know exactly where the furniture stood. Now I'm tripping on memories made out of wood. The map in my head has been torn at the seams. I'm losing my way in the wake of our dreams. And I'm walking in the dark, feeling for the walls, listening for your voice in these empty hollow halls. Every step is a gamble, every breath is a ghost. I'm searching for the version of us I love most. No stars in the ceiling, no lamp on the park, just a broken heart rhythm, walking in the dark. They say that the vision adjusts to the black, but I'm still waiting for the color to come back. The shadows are heavy, they're pulling at my sleeves like the skeletons of summer and the falling down leaves. I'm whistling a tune that we used to both know, but the echo is lonely and the tempo is slow. Is there a light at the end of this hall, or am I just waiting for the final big fall? I'm tired of searching, I'm tired of the blind, leaving the best parts of me far behind. Strike a match, break the spell. This quiet is hell. This quiet is hell. Yeah, I'm walking in the dark, feeling for the walls, listening for your voice in these empty hollow halls. Every step is a gamble, every breath is a ghost. I'm searching for the version of us I love most. No stars in the ceiling, no lamp on the park, just a broken heart rhythm, walking in the dark. Left foot, right foot, where did you go? Left foot, right foot, I used to know. The shadows are winning, the lights are all gone. Just walking in the dark. The sun is sinking like a heavy gold coin into a sky where the bruises and the shadows join. I'm sitting on the porch, watching the daylight die, with a suitcase of maybes and a throat that's gone dry. I know the moon is coming with its silver cold stare to remind me that your side of the bed is just air. The stars are just holes in a roof that's been torn. I'm shivering here since the moment you swore that forever was easy, that always was shape of you. I'm bracing for tomorrow. I'm holding my breath in a house that is quiet as a beautiful death. I'm locking the windows. I'm barring the door against a morning that doesn't want me anymore. Every tick of the clock is a stone in my shoe as I'm bracing for tomorrow without any you. I dread the first light hitting the kitchen floor, the empty space where your coffee used to pour. I'll have to put on a face, I'll have to play the part of a man who isn't carrying a splintered up heart. I'm a soldier in a war that's already been lost, just trying to survive the midnight frost. They say that the dawn brings a brand new start, but it feels like a blade through a brittle heart. It's a countdown to a world that I don't wanna see, a sun that shines on a broken down me. Yeah, I'm bracing for tomorrow. I'm holding my breath in a house that is quiet as a beautiful death. I'm locking the windows. I'm barring the door against a morning that doesn't want me anymore. Every tick of the clock is a stone in my shoe as I'm bracing for tomorrow without any you. Here it comes, the edge of the line, the end of the only and loneliest night. I'm not ready, I'm not strong, but the clock keeps moving, right or wrong, bracing for tomorrow. The song ends with the sound of a distant lonely bird chirping at dawn. I'm a message in a bottle on a shore made of glass, watching the seasons and the shipwrecks pass. I built a signal fire, but the wood was too wet, just a pile of smoke and a heavy regret. I shouted your name till my throat turned to sand, but the wind only carried it back to the land. I left the porch light on for 1,000 years, drowning the porch in a river of fears. I kept the map open, I drew a red X, but no one is coming to see what comes next. Still here, still waiting. The light is fading. I'm a footprint in the snow that nobody will ever know. No one found me. No one found me. I checked the balance in the vault on my chest after giving you the gold and the very best. I traded my pride and I traded my sleep for a promise I thought we were aiming to keep. But the ledger is bleeding, the numbers are cold, and the story of us is a story that's sold. I multiplied always by the tears in my eyes, but the math doesn't work when it's built on the lies. Now there's zero for my love, nothing but air, a hollowed out space where a heart used to flare. I'm a negative sum, I'm a dead in the dark, trying to find light from a dying out spark. I gave you 1,000, I gave you my soul, but I'm standing here empty, no longer a whole. Yeah, it's zero for my love. The phone doesn't ring and the letters don't come. I'm counting the days on a frozen up thumb. I invested in maybe, I invested in you, until there was nothing left for me to do. Now the house is a vacuum, a silence so deep, with a mountain of secrets I no longer keep. Is there a way to get back what I spent, or is this just where the forever went? I'm a ghost of a person, a smudge on the glass, watching the ghost of our everything pass. Now there's zero for my love, nothing but air, a hollowed out space where a heart curtains are drawn, but the light's leaking in like a secret I'm keeping underneath my skin. I'm tracing the outlines of where you once lay. The dent in the pillow hasn't withered away. My chest is a hallway, hollow and wide, with nowhere for all of this hollow to hide. They say that the winter eventually thaws, but I'm caught in the teeth of a silent pause. I'm reaching for embers in a fireplace of stone, learning the rhythm of being alone. And I'm holding on to the last breath of hope, to a frayed little land of a silver-lined rope. The sky is a bruise and the stars are all blind, but I'm searching for pieces you left far behind. It's a heavy goodbye, it's a beautiful ghost, loving the version of you I miss most. One flicker of a light in a world turning cold, the last breath of hope is all I can hold. I still buy the coffee you liked in the fall. Then I stare at the cup till it's no use at all. The clock on the mantle is ticking in reverse. Every I miss you feels like a curse. I'm memorizing the way that you laughed, like a sailor clinging to a broken up I'm tucking the blankets around the empty space where I used to trace the lines of your sleeping face. The nightlight is flickering, a dying yellow eye, watching the ghost of our once upon a time go by. I'm whispering goodnight to a room that doesn't speak, while the weight of the silence makes the floorboards creak. I used to read the stars in the palm of your hand, but now I'm just a traveler in a broken land. The book is still open, the bookmark is torn at the chapter where us became weathered and worn. It's a cruel bedtime story, a fairy tale gone wrong, where the hero is tired and the nights are too long. There's no happily ever, just a never again, written in teardrops with a shaky old pen. The monsters aren't under the bed anymore. They're the memories of you walking out of the door. In this bedtime story, I'm the one on the floor. I closed my eyes and I tried to pretend that this was a fable with a different end, that the dragon was slain and the castle was still, and you were still standing at the top of the hill. But the ink is all smeared and the pages are thin, and I don't know where the endings begin. Once there was a girl, and once there was a boy. Now it's just a wreckage of a hollowed out joy. Shut the cover tight, blow the candle out until there's nothing left but the shadow of a die. mechanical click of a music box stopping mid-note. I'm chasing the lines on the back of my hand, trying to find where we made our last stand. The air is too heavy, the hallway's too long, like a skip in the record of our favorite song. I try not to touch where it used to be red, but the ghost of your ghost stays still under the bed. It's been a year, or maybe it's 10. I'm picking at edges again and again. They say let it heal, they say let it go, but there's a comfort in secrets that only I know. And I'm picking at the scabs of old memories tonight, bleeding out ghosts in the low
abruptly stops.